So, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Bulletz Gotti. Before we start this video, I want y'all to do is smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and smash the like button. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. It's the Bulletz Gotti Show. Salute. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. This video right here, I'm gonna be talking about. Let's put some respect on LL Cool J's name, please. Let's put some respect on the greatest of all time's name, because niggas wouldn't even be saying the GOAT if it wasn't for LL Cool J saying the greatest of all time. Like, he made that terminology, he popularized that, the GOAT. When it talks about them summers, right? LL was like the ice cream man to every summer. Like, he was the dude that held every summer down. LL Cool J was, in my opinion, the only dude that was hot in the 80s, hot in the 90s, and hot in the 2000s. Right? Only dude that could do that. Right? Everybody you see that's having like 10-year runs or over 10-year runs, they got that from LL Cool J. LL Cool J was the first rapper to do that. There was no other rapper from his era that was able to stay relevant from the 80s, because he came out 85. From 85 to 2008, you could say. Like, that was like I would say, but in my opinion, I'd say, yeah, 2008 was like his last actual studio album, till like later on he did the other joint in like 2012. But from 85 to 2008, nigga, he stayed relevant. You know what I'm saying? And still to this day, from 85 to now, let me just say this, to 85 to now, LL Cool J is still relevant. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want, and people still don't want to put respect on L's name. The bloggers, the dudes that do the lists, they always want to, like, it's like Nas get shitted on. Dudes don't want to put Nas in any type of conversation. They don't even want to put Pac in the conversation. They don't want to put L. They don't want to put Scarface. They don't want to put Ghostface. They don't want to put Meth. They don't want to put Buster. They don't want to put a lot of dudes, Jada, whoever. They don't want to put a DMX, whoever you name, even Mace. Even Ja, because Ja had a period of time where he was high. They don't want to put certain dudes in the conversation, but they'll put dudes like Jay, Kendrick, this one and that one, but they'll never put LL Cool J. And LL Cool J's been, like I said, LL been relevant since 85 to now. LL Cool J was the one that was writing Rev Run bars. He wrote run shit, okay? He wrote MC Light verse on Self-Destruction. He wrote the Beastie Boys shit. Let's just keep it real. L pen game is vernacular. Is immaculate. Like, it's excellent. Like, his pen game is vicious, right? L went through a phase, right? From being hardcore hip hop to making ballads. Like, he was the first one that really took the ballad thing to a whole nother level. Cause yeah, you had dudes that made, love songs, right? Like, you had Houdini that did it, you had this one that did it, but they didn't do it like how L did it with I Need Love. I Need Love set the tone. So everybody that came after, because you gotta look, everybody was inspired by L. I don't care what nobody say. The Rakims, the Kanes, Rakim, Kane, all the dudes that came in that era, right? L was next to them, right? When you look at that 80s era, Slick Rick, everybody that was in that era. But when you look at L and who he influenced, Like, there's no Drake without LL Cool J. There's no 50 without LL Cool J. There's no, let's keep it real. A lot of the records that Nas, the chick records that Nas did, a lot of that come from that L bag. There's no Mace. There's a lot of, even Ghostface Killer, he even says it. Like I got a lot of L in my bag. A lot of meth, anybody you name that did hardcore hip hop come out of that LL Cool J bag. They come out of that. They all take from L, and they still don't want to respect LL Cool J's name. Being a student, like LL Cool J learned. And shout out to Mikey D. I want to give a big shout out to Mikey D, man. He gonna know what I'm talking about in Cool G rap. But LL being a student of Silver Fox. Y'all don't even know who Silver Fox is. That's a legend. That's the one that taught G-Rap, L, Mikey D, all them dudes. Like, he was the master of the flow. Silver Fox is the master of the flow. That's why when LL, you look, LL had a bunch of different flows. Like, when he first came out, he had the loud, aggressive flow. And then during the time, like 88, he slowed it down. 89, he slowed it down. 90, he slowed it down. You start seeing L with different type of flows and different type of styles. See, L was into, like, you gotta look. Any rapper that came out the South will tell you, right? Who inspired him, right? You listen to Scarface, LL Cool J. A lot of rappers will tell you, like, everybody got LL in they list when it comes to, like, inspiration. Tupac, LL. He tells you straight up, LL. Everybody has been inspired by LL because LL was like the big star. He was the big star. He was mainstream when it was mainstream. He was the one that, besides Rakim, besides Big Daddy Kane, besides Slick Rick, LL Cool J was the tastemaker for the fashion in hip hop. He was the tastemaker for the sound because he had the best production. Let's just get this clear. L production was the best of the best. Okay, I mean, going back to when he was dealing with Rick Rubin, L.A. Posse, to Bomb Squad, to Marley Marl, to the Track Masters, to Neptunes, to the Scratch, to the Hitman, whoever L worked with, he always had lace fire production. But now when you look at, like, when I hear dudes, and for a long time I've been hearing dudes, like, when they talk about that greatest of all time, and they just talk about certain rappers, and then they talk about L, it's like, how you gonna leave L out? In my opinion, L should be over Jay-Z. L should be over a lot of cats. Like the Hall of Fame, when the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Jay-Z should have never been in there. That should have been a moment for LL Cool J because they denied him so many times. How you gonna put Run DMC over LL Cool J? I get Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. I get Public Enemy. You put them in there. I get that, Pac and all that. But how you gonna put certain dudes ahead of L? L should have been in there right after the Furious 5. L should have been in there. Because L was the first one to have, I think he had the he had the first $1 million contract on Def Jam. He was Def Jam's first artist, even though they had T-La Rock, but LL was literally their first artist that gave them the success, and he built the West Wing, like he always say in Def Jam. Like he built that house at Def Jam. Straight up and down. You know, and L was the one that every time he stayed relevant by just being great at what he do, making street bangers, making club bangers, making chick records. L is a versatile rapper, and even to this day, he still stand the test of time and dance with anybody. L can still dance with a lot of these young dudes. You know what I mean? And when you got dudes like Charlemagne and a lot of these bloggers and a lot of people that try to deny LL Cool J, and when I was looking at that list, how y'all gonna put Nicki Minaj over LL Cool J? It's like certain things that people do. It's like Do they know hip hop, or do they know the criteria of hip hop, or they just doing it because of who they like, they personal favorites? Because no way in hell you gonna put LL Cool J low on any list. He should be top 5, top 10. He definitely should be in there because he's a top 5, top 10 dude. Off of this dude was 16, 17 years old when he did his first album, Radio. He was 16, 17 years old. So his first album, he was 16, 17 years old. He's been legendary. He's been on legendary status since then. When you look at LL Cool J, he is the Michael Jordan of hip hop. Straight up and down. Like, I don't know when niggas be saying Jay-Z the Michael Jordan. No, LL was the Michael Jordan of hip hop. Just because he went to acting doesn't mean he's not the Michael Jordan of hip hop. Like, when people act like, oh, L went to acting. Like, L is not like, don't get me wrong, like, L is not like Will Smith. You know, Will is different from L. Even though Will had a great rap career, but his career as an artist, it's not like L. L, even though L was acting, he still was dropping music. You gotta look. He had the Radio album. He had the Bad album. He had the Walking Panther album. He had he had Walking Panther, and a lot of people didn't like Walking Panther because it was too commercial. So he came back out with Mama Said Knock You Out, which is another classic because Mama Said Knock You Out, him and Marley did that album, Locked In, and made a classic. Even though him and Bomb Squad did a classic with Walking Panther, and if you still listen to Walking Panther, and I'm going to keep it a legal search, Mace took the first, 4 or 5 bars, and he did it on Why You Keep Looking At Me. He said, what the hell are you looking for? Can a young man get money anymore? Like, L was a trendsetter and still is a trendsetter. Everybody wanted to rock the Kango like LL. LL started the whole workout tip, all of that. Like, you gotta look. L was what you call a trendsetter. There's not that many artists you could say is a trendsetter. You got LL Cool J, you got Tupac Shakur, you got Rakim, you got Kane, you got, Nas, he also was a trendsetter. 50, when he came out, was a trendsetter. It's not that many artists you could say that are trendsetters. And L was the trendsetter, okay? Style-wise, the trend, he like what he did with Fubu and on the Gap commercial. You know what I'm saying? And then let's not even take it there. Having his own sitcom in the house. You know what I'm saying? And still was dropping music. He dropped motherfucking Mr. Smith and Phenomenon while he was doing the show. And then he came back, after he was doing Any Given Sunday, he came back with a classic album. I call it one of his best, the Goat album, which was a classic. And then he had 10, which was another classic with him and Neptunes. So L always been ahead of the game and always set trends, and a lot of people's not putting respect on LL Cool J's name to still be the greatest of all time, because that's his name. That's the name that he had coming in the game. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. You heard Cannabis give the man his props. Everybody, when you hear people talk about LL, they always give him his props because they know the dude is the greatest of all time. Hands down. Hands down. I think him and Biggie had the two, besides Busta Rhymes, Biggie and him had the two best verses on Flavor in Your Ear. Being honest. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, like There is no Drake, Ja, 50, Nas, any of these dudes, the Pac, any of these dudes that did chick records. There's none of these dudes if it's not for LL Cool J. You heard Pac always gave L his props. Even when you listen to Old School, he gave L his props. Slick Rick, KRS-One, you know what I'm saying? And there's certain artists where you look at it from that era that everybody give their props to, and L is one of those. But the critics don't want to give L his props. Just like the same critics didn't want him to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because they didn't want to put Jay-Z in there by himself. So they put L in there just so people don't say, oh, LL, y'all every year y'all keep missing LL and y'all just keep not acting like he exists. So they had to put him in there. But to put him in there with Jay, that's a slap in the face, in my opinion, because L, in my opinion, did more in the game than Jay, had more influence than Jay-Z. He's more influential. Jay-Z is not more influential than LL Cool J. Not at all. Not at all. He's not more intellectually grown than LL Cool J. He's not like you gotta look. LL was getting massive love in Cali. LL was getting massive love in the down south. LL was getting massive love in the Midwest, and LL was getting massive love internationally. Jay don't get that. Jay might get love East Coast, a little bit of the South, maybe a little bit in the West, but he not getting that type of love. And that's why when you look at it and you start saying, damn, they really gonna put Jay over LL, over Pac, over this one, and you gonna act like L not the dude? LL Cool J not that dude, bro? Like, we acting like, really? Like, we not putting respect. We gonna put Nicki Minaj over LL. That's why I could understand where Melly Mel was coming from. It's like, Nicki Minaj ain't better than no LL Cool J. I don't give a damn if she from Queens. She not better than LL. She ain't did nothing to solidify herself on a level of LL Cool J. We talking about a dude that stayed relevant from 85 to the 2000s as a rapper. Let's keep it real. Like, from 85, like, you gotta look. The man was dropping music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Literally, consistently dropping an album. Consistently. It's not a dude that wasn't dropping music. He was dropping music consistently as an artist. There's nobody messing with LL Cool J. I don't care what nobody say, man. Dude's got to put respect on his name, man. He's the greatest of all time. He's top 5, top 10. And for people to do these lists and even have hip-hop conversations and act like L not that nigga, you bugged out. L is the GOAT. Real talk. And y'all got to put respect on LL Cool J's name, man. I'm just keeping it real. LL is the greatest of all time and the greatest artist of all time. And when dudes try to act like he not lyrical, that's the same thing they try to do with Pac. When I hear dudes say, oh, this one not lyrical, that one not lyrical, like, y'all dudes be wilding. Like, what is lyrical? Do y'all know what lyricism is? I'm just asking. But hey, it is what it is, man. Salute. This your boy Bulletz Gotti. This video, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure we get in the algorithm. Like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and hit the notification bell. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. Bulletz Gotti Show. 2 Queen.
What it is, running it down on these niggas. Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we get it, my nigga. Still be painting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that roll and fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas will never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
Got the traps right, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. You ain't never seen none of nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back. Niggas